On this first of a two-part episode, I'll be checking out the .22 caliber Condor SS, a newly redesigned, super silent version of the classic AirForce Condor, coming up on Airgun Reporter. Folks, there's a lot of exciting new ground to cover on the Condor SS, and in this episode, we'll be taking a look at the spin lock tank, the trigger and safety mechanisms, the sound lock noise reduction system, and we'll shoot some groups at 50 and 75 yards. Let's start with the new spin lock tank. This design replaces the older Condor tanks that have the high flow valve system for 20, 22, and 25 caliber barrels. Three of the most highly requested features have been added to the new spin lock tank. The first is a gauge on the tank's collar that gives you at-a-glance air pressure levels. No more counting your shots between fill-ups. Also on the collar is a quick fill Foster type connector, compatible with popular hand pumps and offered as an accessory with scuba and carbon fiber tank setups. Now that we don't have to remove the tank to fill up, AirForce designed the spin lock system for affixing the tank to the rifle. First, loosen the grub screw that locks down the spin lock collar. Then you simply hand tighten the collar onto the tank and complete the process by using a special tool included with the rifle. After that, tighten the grub screw back up to lock the collar in place. The butt plate is no longer bolted onto the tank. Instead, it's incorporated into a clamp that allows you to adjust the length of pull on the Condor as well as the height of the plate. The beauty of the new trigger and safety group is not just skin deep. They have been redesigned from the inside out for high performance and ease of use, and will now be included with the Condor, Talon, Talon P, and Talon SS models. The new trigger has two non-adjustable stages, and after spending many hours testing the Condor SS, I found it has less travel and was more crisp and refined than previous versions. The original automatic safety could only be re-engaged by pushing the cocking bolt forward, and while the new design still has this function, it can also be switched on and off by a very light push of your trigger finger on the newly redesigned blade. You can't uncock the new rifles in the same manner as earlier models, and my recommendation would be to point the rifle in a safe direction and fire it. Clearly, the most exciting new feature of the Condor SS is the sound lock noise reduction system. Inside the shroud of the Condor SS are three deflectors made from polyoxymethylene, a thermoplastic used in creating high-performance parts. The two barrel bushings have also been modified in their quest for the science of airgun silence. You can see here that the first bushing has holes drilled into it. The second bushing has been milled to accept an O-ring. A quote from a recent Air Force press release best sums up their new technology. Sound lock incorporates asymmetrical deflection of air exiting the muzzle as the gun is fired. It also includes captured air expansion and reflexive airflow, which combine to decelerate air velocity and minimize the report of the rifle. These changes move AirForce from the first to the most advanced integral sound suppression system ever designed for an airgun. Sound lock is available in kit form for user installation in earlier AirForce Talon SS model air rifles. The kit includes all of the elements needed to add this advanced new technology. Familiar features of the Condor have not been left out on this super silent version. These include the power adjusting wheel and the 11mm accessory rails on the top and bottom of the frame. The rubberized coating on the pistol grip and forestock is new to me, but have been standard on models for the last couple of years. I'll include different pellets and more thorough chrony testing in the second installment of the Condor SS episode, but for this one, I shot a 10-round string using 21.30 grain H&N Barracuda pellets. This was just to give you an idea of the awesome power of this rifle. With my tank charged up to 2900 psi and the power adjuster set to 8, I got the following results. A low velocity reading of 1072 feet per second, a high of 1110, an average of 1088, an extreme spread of 38 feet per second, and a standard deviation of 13 feet per second. Based on the average speed, the Condor SS gave me 56 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. Typically, you'll want the pellets to go subsonic, below 1,100 feet per second. After about 20 shots, the Barracudas were shooting in the high 900s. I mounted a Hawk Sidewinder scope on the Condor SS, and it was time to set my first target out to 50 yards. After a few sight-end shots, I was very pleased with the results. Next, I set a target out to 75 yards, where my group opened up to 1 1/8 inches. Not too shabby considering the gusty wind coming out of the east and across the field. I wanted to attempt some longer range paper target shooting, but the wind kicked up pretty good downrange. Instead, I set up some tin cans at 108 yards and took the kneeling position to try my luck. Just missed that one. Well folks, so far the Condor SS is living up to all my expectations. The refinements to the trigger and safety mechanisms make for a much improved shooting experience. The science and engineering behind AirForce's Sound Lock noise reduction system is nothing short of a high-tech leap forward in modern airgun design. In the next installment, I'll take their most powerful airgun back out into the field and collect even more chrony, sound, and accuracy data. If you have any special requests or ideas for testing out the new Condor, I'd love to read them. Just post your comments on the Pyramid Air YouTube channel. For Airgun Reporter, my name is Paul Capello. Until next time, please shoot safe and have fun. Please remember, folks, airguns are not toys. Even the smallest calibers can cause serious harm if not used properly. And you should never, under any circumstance, point an airgun at another person. Parents, if you teach your children to shoot responsibly, they will have a lifetime of airgun enjoyment.